I came across a video the other day, and it was a monk talking about minimalism. And one of the first examples that he was giving was how when they become monks, one of the first things they do is they shave off their hair, they shave off their eyebrows, and automatically it relieves the mind of so many concerns. And this was just one example that he was giving. So he was saying that when you have hair, right, already the mind has a lot of things to maintain about hair. So there's a certain maintenance that comes along with it. You have to worry about what type of shampoo you're going to use, what type of conditioner you will use, what hairstyle I should have, what is the regular trend right now, that what is considered good, what is considered bad. Then does this person like my hair? Does that person like my hair? Or how often do I need to get a haircut? How much is a haircut? Do I have enough money for a haircut? Is it possible for me to get that many haircuts that I want with the budget that I have? So look at how there are so many concerns just regarding one simple thing that you regularly on a day-to-day basis don't even pay attention to. Just one small little thing like your hair. You don't consciously give attention to how much you are concerned about your hair, but all these concerns are usually operating in mind. Now, this is just one thing out of the infinite number of things that you are maintaining, right? So the example, and this was a powerful one, he was giving an example of how just this one simple thing like hair already is producing such restlessness in mind, because everything that you have in life requires maintenance. So with that, you have a certain desire for how you should dress and how many clothes you should have and how often you should buy clothes, the car that you drive, the house that you have, the job that you have, what that means for you socially, who it is you're trying to become, who it is that you're trying to impress. Your life is full of all of these things which require maintenance. And that maintenance is what creates a lot of concerns in mind, is what creates a lot of restlessness in mind. So that one example is quite powerful. And obviously, the purpose of this video is not to tell you to shave your hair. Obviously, that is not our point. That is not even the point of the practice of minimalism. But it is to see in your life, where can you create simplicity through removal or through reduction? So see in your life, what are you currently supporting? What are you currently maintaining that you can do without? So many of us have a lot of objects, right? So when you think minimalism, you automatically think, I have to throw a bunch of stuff out. So that is just one aspect of it, right? So first, let's visit there. How much of what you have can you really remove? Because you see, each object has those concerns that it comes with. And these concerns is what drives the mind restless. And because the mind is so restless, we have a difficult time in meditation. So there are many people who come to me and they say, Sunny, I've been meditating for so long and this and that, and I've been really going at my spiritual practice, but why am I not able to experience the things that you speak of? Why am I not able to experience the things that all these spiritual teachers are saying are so simple and so understandable? Why am I having a hard time being quiet? Why is my mind continuing to drive me crazy? You're devoted to your spiritual practice, and you want to go deeper into understanding yourself, understanding life. But there are many things that you are attached to. There are many things that you are too immersed in and involved in maintaining, that naturally that maintenance creates restlessness in mind. And that restlessness is what you're experiencing as that exhaustion, as that inability to practice, that inability to be quiet. You want to be quiet, but the mind will be restless if there's all that immersion and maintenance. So where to start? firstly, yes, start with physical objects. What in your life right now, physical object wise, can you be free of? Because everything that you remove, automatically you will remove and be free of many thought cycles, many mental impressions. Everything in your life is creating many mental impressions and keeping it restless. So by removing that which you don't need, and this is all on you, you don't have to be so extreme about it, but you have to see what is it that you don't need in your life. It's not about throwing everything away, but it's about seeing where can I create simplicity. My wardrobe, the things that I own, my decorations, my vehicles, my hair products, my skin products, right? Where can I afford to create simplicity? And you have to challenge yourself here. Don't be just so comfortable, right? Because obviously you're not going to want to get rid of certain things. There's an illusion of needing this, needing that. And this is where you have to challenge yourself. If you want to create that inner simplicity, you have to start with creating that outer simplicity. But it does go both ways. When you begin to create outer simplicity, you begin to create inner simplicity. That inner simplicity, that quietude, allows you to go deeper in your spiritual understanding, your spiritual practice, which in turn also creates further outer simplicity. And this is perhaps another main point that I would like to make. Physical objects is one thing. Take it a step deeper. The main things that are creating restlessness in mind, the main things that need a lot of maintenance and produce a lot of concerns and worries are your cravings and your fears, your resistances. How and where can you create simplicity in what you crave and what you resist? Now, this is where you may get confused. So I want to give you a few examples and I want to share certain things about this. Right now, right, every person has so many mental pursuits and incentives and initiatives that they're maintaining. For example, I want to be cool. Me wanting to be cool comes with a million concerns of how others perceive me, of how I should act and behave when I'm outside and interacting with in social groups, how I should dress, what I should wear. Has this person seen me wear this before? Or is this person cool and I need to get their approval, so I must act in this way? So these are just a few. Think of how many concerns usually arise with just this one initiative or this pursuit of wanting to be accepted and liked, which many of us are in that program. And you have to see it as a program. And you have to be willing to turn that program off. Another thing is the goal that you're pursuing. So I'll actually share with you one of the things that I let go of. So when I was getting into entrepreneurship, at that time, I had just freshly graduated college, right? And I was still in that sort of really social phase and really caring about always being out and about. So I was noticing how that was creating a lot of complexity in my life. Having to always be social and out and about required a lot of energy and attention on social media. Who's liking my stuff? Who's not liking my stuff? What should I post? Where can I go so that I can get this post? Then actually physically going out, organizing all these meetups, these parties or these gatherings, making sure that I'm dressing well enough for those, being perceived well enough. How am I acting? And obviously the other stuff that comes with along with that as well. So I remember when I was getting into entrepreneurship, I realized that one thing, that I had to create a great simplicity in my life. I had to, if I truly valued succeeding in entrepreneurship, if I really wanted to follow my passion and find success in it, I had to remove a lot of that complexity in my life. So I decided, what do I value here? And that is when I really reduced and almost completely eliminated my going out and what people would think of me, and how would I be perceived, right? I got rid of things like Snapchat, things like Instagram. Automatically, millions of concerns, millions of social worries and anxieties rested, gotten rid of, thrown in the trash. So much space, so much silence, quietude, peace, happiness, focus, attention, which was then all directed to my business. And it's one of the large reasons that it went further, you know? And now, if I was to give you another example, is even recently. So when I, as Personal Mastery Quest, even, you know, it became a little bigger, and now there are a lot of business processes, and you'll see within every business, just even look at their website or look at their day-to-day operations, you'll either see utter complexity or you'll see utter simplicity. And I saw that my business practices themselves were fairly complex, and there was a lot of restlessness. There was a lot of always doing and too much, you know, scatteredness. So I again just looked inside the business and started to create some simplicity. Started to remove that which I don't need. Started to completely simplify the day-to-day processes, how I work, what I share. And that creates a certain simplicity in mind. It removes great restlessness from mind. And all of this, right, as the mind becomes less restless, not as involved in the million things that it's trying to maintain, what else is left, right? It's just that silence, more and more natural quietude. That is a mind that is even receptive to inquiry, to self-inquiry, to meditation, to spiritual understanding. A mind that is very, very dense and gross and involved and entangled within the dream, the world, is totally blind to spiritual understanding. So to a person that says, I've been meditating for so long, and why is this so hard? Why am I still restless? It's the answer. It has to be within here. You are too involved in the world, not necessarily in action, because even a deeply spiritual person can be deeply involved in action. However, it is your mental pursuits. What is the purpose of those actions, right? Like a lot of the simplicity that I also created was what I care to achieve. My desire to achieve, which was very, very strong, especially when I began entrepreneurship, the desire to be wealthy, the desire to prove others wrong, the desire to prove to myself and my family what I could do. All these pursuits require, they make the mind so restless. And these pursuits are truly never actually satisfied, regardless of what you achieve, regardless of what you get. And so having the willingness to discard these pursuits, to actually just focus on the passion, focus on what you want to do. So in that way, you can be very active. You know, I'm fairly active even now. However, there's an inner simplicity, which then reflects in outer simplicity as well. So a mind that is deeply restless, that is very involved, immersed, is blinded to any deeper experience, to any deeper understanding. And this is what you have to this is what you have to get. So the first step is, right, physical objects. What can I remove? What do I not need? And then taking the next step in the subtle world, right? Thoughts, beliefs. What is requiring so much maintenance? What pursuit? What fear? Right? What am I avoiding that's constantly eating me up? What am I pursuing that's constantly eating me up? And being willing to turn away. and notice how much simpler your life becomes on the outside and how much simpler or how much quieter the mind becomes. And this aids your meditation. This aids your spiritual practice. Ultimately, that is perhaps the greatest byproduct of minimalism, right? People who actually are just practicing minimalism to gain more money or success or this or that are half there, but see that ultimately this is a greater product of minimalism, the peaceful mind, which isn't just constantly clinging or resisting. And this mind is naturally more receptive to awakening. So see for you, where can you create that simplicity? What can you discard that you do not need, that you're direly maintaining? So let me know your thoughts on this, and let me know if you relate to this. If it does resonate with you, practice it. Don't wait, right? Implement it to whatever degree and see for yourself how it allows you to go deeper into spiritual understanding and go deeper into your meditation. Now, I will also share with you certain guided meditations that will help you. Ultimately, the goal is not to get hooked on the guided meditation also, but it's to use that until you no longer need the guidance. So I'm going to share with you my playlist that I have on guided meditations and self-inquiries, which will help you create the inner simplicity. What we spoke of in this video is creating outer simplicity, not just objects, physical, but also subtle objects, mental pursuits and all that. So inner simplicity and outer simplicity, create them both at once and you will find the best result. So I'll put the playlist here somewhere. Go watch that, see which one resonates with you. Meanwhile, implementing the advice from this video. I hope it helped you. I'll see you next time.